Sir, I have one doubt.
Please, all
Hello.
the doubts you have. Uh,
Sir, hexadecimal number system we are using in the microprocessors and controllers.
Everywhere, yes.
Sir, where we are using this octal number system and BCD, sir? Practical examples.
The octal system is gone. It is gone for
Then
good.
what is the necessary of learning, sir?
Sir, anything you have to learn slowly to come to the right thing. What is the point in learning alphabet, English alphabet now? Without English alphabet, you can't do further work. See, octal was earlier. See, you have to know the history a little bit. All of you guys come from heaven and directly into this atmosphere of high tech. We have all come from bottom. You see, octal system earlier binary was there. Octal is just to group them to 3 because they did not think of this hexadecimal or 16 means A, B, C, D, E, F. Somebody has to think of that. Until Apple fell, Newton did not know. No, everybody knew. Apple was always falling. Newton did not make it fall. But everybody knew the gravity theory only after Newton found out. Like that octal, they were thinking what is there up to 8 number, 10 numbers I can't have it. Decimal, binary, we will have up to 8. Then somebody got a bright idea. Why not 8? Why not 16? Have. But the other BCD is very important. BCD is why it is important is, you want to give decimal numbers. I am comfortable. In a computer, if I want to feed 87, I will feed 8 and 7 or 7 and 8, whichever way you want to do. But the computer has to convert this into each digit will be kept 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9, 0 to 9. So that when results come back, I can again group them into BCD, BCD, BCD and convert into decimal. It's a very convenient way of working in calculators, computers, microprocessors, everywhere. If you have a bank, you go to the bank and then they have these tokens, they put a display. It is all BCD. Who will
BCD, sir, I know, sir.
Who will put a?
Sir, but it is.
It is
Sir,
practical.
but it is hexadecimal to BCD conversion we are using, na?
Hexadecimal to BCD conversion is also possible. See, hexadecimal, you have to make it into binary.
Okay.
But then you have to, binary is what you need for everything. Hexadecimal to BCD you can make. How do? You convert it into binary and then you make it BCD. You have to go through something. Directly we can't do that. That is all. But practical things are today binary, we not binary because counters, we have to learn counters. These are all binary counters. We will talk about shift registers. So many devices use binary. Hexadecimal is for compressing the bits. 4 bits, 0 to 50, 16, 15, 0 to 15, 16 positions can be compressed into 4 bits. So we need that. BCD is needed for we are not used to computer. Computer is thinking differently from us. We are decimal, we are 10 figures. So we always count 10. So we need BCD. Your accounts, if you want to send your dad wants you to, you see I am giving you every month 6,000 rupees, what is the expense? You will write some fictitious things. Everything is decimal, is it not? Then he wants to feed it to the computer and see how much money you took last year. And then he has to put it in a computer as a BCD, decimal, and it will convert to BCD. Okay? And these days parents don't give money, they give credit cards. So you can use as much as you want, right? Okay, we are talking about codes. In fact, we even introduced the next topic the other day. We talked about logic gates. We talked about fundamental gates and we talked about derived gates. Fundamental gates are AND or invert. All logic functions can be reduced to combination of these fundamental gates. Then we said there are gates like NAND, NOR, exclusive OR, etc., which are derived using these AND OR combinations. They are very useful because I showed you the other day, NAND and NOR can be gotten, NAND and NOR can be used to get any gate. You can use NAND and NOR, NAND alone to get AND OR invert, NOR alone to get AND OR invert. That is why these are called universal gates. Exclusive OR gate is a very special property, because when one of them is 1 and the output is 1, otherwise is 0, that is a very good property, we will use it many times as we see. And exclusive OR complement is the exclusive NOR, which is also coincident. When both inputs are same, the output is 1. When the inputs are different, the output will be 0. That is all. So now we will use these gates to build small circuits. And then first we will see how to write a circuit using a given problem. Then see whether we need to really write so big, is it possible to reduce it further. So the next, today and maybe next class, we will be talking about basic Boolean circuits and how to reduce them to the simplest possible way. Let us first take a simple example. Supposing I say, I want to stay home, I don't want to go to college or wherever, work. I stay home. I will call this f function. This is the function f. And what conditions I will stay home? If it is a Sunday, and a festival day, and if it is a Sunday and is important, a festival day. Otherwise I will go somewhere else, movie. If it is not festival day, it's a Sunday, I will go for a movie. But if it is not talking about movie, we are only talking about going to school. So, going out, we are talking about staying home. Then, or, this one combination, or second combination, it is a festival day and again rainy. Or if it is a rainy day, it is a Sunday and rainy day. At least two of these have to be true in order for me to stay home. Otherwise I will either go to college or go to a movie or go to my friend's house or wherever. Now, we will have to give some variables. F is the staying home. Let us call A is Sunday. B is festival day. C is rainy day. So under what conditions do I stay home? I stay home F if A and B are both true, or this is and is operator in the bar, or is a plus, or festival day is B, C is rainy day, or A and C. Now, this I can draw using one AND gate here, one AND gate here, one AND gate here. Now this will call this A, this is B, this is B, C, and A, this is A, and this is C. So this is A and B, B and C, A and C. And only one of them needs to be true, so I put them into an OR gate. This is how I draw a logic function. So supposing, of course, this is a very trivial case, you can remember it was a rainy or Sunday or whatever. Suppose it's a more complex example like last 10 variables and 18 conditions. I will draw a big circuit using AND gate and OR gate and all that. Then we will think whether we really need such gates. Can we do it in a simpler gates, using simpler, fewer gates? That reduction is very, very important in digital logic. So this topic we are starting now, we are going to see how to reduce circuits, how to make circuits simpler so that we can get the most efficiency, because hardware is costly. Even if it is not costly, nowadays it is very cheap, gates are very cheap. But still, why do you want to put so many gates, increase the size of the circuit, increase the, when the circuit is bigger, one is the size, bulky equipment you don't want to carry. You want to have a very neat, slim cell phone. And you don't want to consume a lot of power. Already every day you have to charge your phone. You have to charge your cell phone every 2 hours. And cost. You don't want to get it, see, it has to be cheaper. And reliability. Fewer gates are more reliable. A gate is likely to fail, less number of gates, less possibility of something failing. So these are 4 reasons. Remember these 4 reasons. One is the size, space requirement. Is the cost. Third is the power. Fourth is the reliability. Any digital circuit should be as small as possible, as inexpensive, as cheap as possible, as low power consumption as possible, as reliable as possible. This is a mantra you should remember. Entire digital, not only in this course, there are further courses in digital, microprocessor, computer architecture, networks. Any number of courses on digital is there. All of them have the same 4 basic principles. Okay, now, in this case I am not going to see whether it can be reduced. This is to just tell you how to convert a word problem. Your boss calls you, after this degree, you go and get a job, and your boss calls you, I want to build a circuit for this. Somebody is absent, somebody is not doing well, somebody is not working in his cubicle, all that you have to detect and put me a light here, I will see who is not working, then you will build something like this. Now we are not going to discuss whether it is simpler or simplest, looks like it is the simplest circuit, I don't want to spend time on it. I will take another circuit. Delhi is known for fog, right? Delhi will be foggy if the temperature is low and it rains. Or if the temperature is low and there is a dust storm. Hailstorm you have it, no Delhi? We don't have it in Chennai. Or the temperature is low and festival day where people burst crackers. People burst crackers in Delhi for everything. Somebody wins an election, they burst crackers. So, people busting crackers in India, there is no reason. Simply they will think that burst a cracker, they will burst. Somebody is out of a jail. This fellow has gone after a criminal act. When he comes out, they will burst crackers. That is India, Bharat. Okay? So, how do you write this equation for this? Now, let us call this F again. This is A, B, A, C, A, D. F is A, B, A, C, A, D. You can see yourself there is something wrong here because A is common everywhere. Why should you put A, B, A, C, A, D? Can you take A out of it? Make it simpler? So this can be A plus A into B plus A into means it's not into, and I am putting and within a bracket because A and B, A and C, A and D. So it is A and B or C or D. So this will be A, B, C, D goes to the OR gate. And we combine them in an AND gate. B, C, D. This is a simple circuit. Otherwise, I have to put this. How many gates are here? 2 gates. One OR gate, 3 inputs. One AND gate, 2 inputs. One 3 input OR gate, one 2 input AND gate. Whereas here I would have used 3 2 input AND gates, one 3 input OR gate. So the 3 input OR gate goes here. Instead of 3 AND gates, I am using single AND gate. I have saved 2 AND gates. Your boss will be happy. Because in electronics, you will know something. It is a volume that sells. Nobody will sell one cell phone. Nobody makes one cell phone. Nokia, Samsung, whatever. They tried to penetrate market in India and China. Why are they interested in India and China? Because here we have concentration of people who will buy. Lot of population. So if you sell a phone for 10 million people and make 10 rupees profit per phone, they have fortune. Whereas, so that is how they save. So even a 1 cent you can save, 1 gate you save, you will be very happy because you can sell it 2 rupees less. Or you can get an extra profit. For the same 10 rupees you will give the phone, but it will only cost 8 rupees for him, not 10 rupees. That is the technique of digital, volume sales. Okay, now let us see. Supposing it is not as simple as this. Suppose it is not as simple as this. There are 4 conditions A, B, C, D. That is one output F. So what are the various conditions under which F is true? What are the conditions under which F is false? For that we go to what is known as the truth table. So what are the inputs? A, B, C, D, and one output. You put a line here. These are inputs to the truth table. This is output of the truth table. No, input of the circuit and output of the circuit. The truth table tells you all possible combinations of input and output for each. You should be able to list all the possible. There are 4 inputs which will give you how many combinations? 16, 2 power 4. There will be 16 combinations for which I need to write the output. So there is one technique I told you already. Don't try to say whether I have put this or not, whether I put A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1 and all that. You simply have a pattern. You put D 0 1 0 1 0 1. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 16 times. This is 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1. This is 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. This is 8 zeros followed by 8 ones. Up to this zeros, from here it is 1. So this is called the truth table. A truth table should have all possible input combinations. Of this, how many of them are true? It means for how many of these combinations f is 1, for how many of these combinations f is 0, I will have to put it here. Now what are the conditions and I put? It is, I can do it two ways. I can look at this. I can look at this, say, if the temperature is low, A is temperature low. That means if the temperature high, this is temperature high. Actually, I could put it the other way. High is 1 and low is 0, it does not matter. I just used it this way. Temperature low is A is equal to 1, temperature high is A is equal to 0. Looks odd, but I could have made it temperature high is 1, low is 0, but I have already written like that, don't worry. Now, none of these inputs will have output 1, is it not? Because in all these cases temperature high, in here all the cases temperature has to be low. Only then there will be a fog. Temperature is not low in summer, we are not going to have fog. Okay? So that is 0. Now, B, C, D, A has to be 1 because it is low, at least one of them should be 1. Either B or a C or a D. That is whether it should rain or it should dust storm or a bursting crackers. These three conditions are B, C, D. So this is also not true because even though here the temperature is low, none of the other three conditions are satisfied. So I put a 0 here also. Otherwise you put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is called the truth table. So this is for a general problem. The first two word problems I gave you, put some water here. Both these are simple, but this is for a general problem. You don't know. A controller in a chemical plant, there will be about 10 to 12 parameters to be watched, and the valve, chemical valve to be closed, in certain conditions occur. Then these combinations will be varying. So I cannot think like this and write, I have to write the truth table. What are the 16 parameters? Under what parameters the valve should be closed, under what parameters it should be open. That is where this helps, but I am taking a simple trivial example to explain this problem to you. Now so I will not go through this, even though this is the right answer, I will go from there to derive this. That is the given truth table based on the word statement of the problem. Your boss called you and said do this. Give me a circuit which will flash whenever there is a fog in Delhi, and these are the conditions. Then you write the truth table, and then you have to you simplify it to such a small value so that the circuit is as compact as possible, so that the hardware is as minimum as possible, so that the price is as low as possible, power dissipation is as low as possible, take less size, more reliable. These 4 factors you never forget in your life. Now, as I said, there are how many combinations for which the output is? These are the 7 combinations, totally 16. First state is anyway 0, 9th is also 0, all the others. So, for each one I have to write an equation. So, I will write F is equal to A and B bar and C bar and D bar. This is the first value. For this, I should write a term. For every output 1, I should write a term. Second one, A, B bar, C bar, D. Then I will go on writing 7 terms. The last term will be
एयरटेल का यूएमटीएस का नेटवर्क पावर का जी एयरटेल
ABCD. Now I have to reduce this to this form and show that this form is same as this form, and then I draw the circuit. Otherwise there will be 7 gates, 4 inputs each, AND gates, and 1 OR gate in which all the 7 inputs will feed. So if I do not do this reduction, it will require 7 4 input AND gates and 1 7 input OR gate and 3 inverters, B bar, C bar, D bar. A does not need an inverter. 3 inverters, lot of hardware. But here we have used only 1 3 input OR gate, 1 2 input AND gate, that is it. So we would have reduced this to this. So this is where we have to use some tools. There are 2 types of tools. One is called the Boolean algebra. There is an algebraic detection, like that you do algebra in mathematics, in arithmetic. You do lot of equations you might have done in algebra in schools. You need to know a lot of theorems, a lot of rules, do some simplification. Then you will say, the teacher will say, show LSH is equal to RHS. You will confuse LHS to some extent, you will confuse RHS to some extent and make LHS RHS and then put a big circle and then come and thinking that the teacher will not see, and you are wrong because both are wrong. Like that we have to do it here also, but we have to do it right, not wrong. So this is too big an example to show as a first example. So I told you the reason. One is the Boolean algebra, algebraic way of reduction. Boolean algebra is simple compared to the original algebra. Boolean algebra only deals with zeros and ones, A and A bar. Each variable can only take 2 values, A and A bar. Whereas in algebra, x can take value from 0 to infinity. You will have problems. Quadratic equation they give you, imaginary root, real root, they will kill you. Algebra, Boolean algebra is not that, it is only simple. 0 1 0 1 0 1, okay. But even then it is 7 terms to reduce will be, it can be done, it is not that it cannot be done. But I will show you a simpler circuit to do that. But today we do not use Boolean algebra again, it is a good news for you. There is an automatic reduction method called Karnaugh map, which you will see after this. First I want to introduce you to the Boolean algebra. Many textbooks will take 1 or 2 chapters on Boolean algebra. You don't need that much. You should know some basic rules in Boolean algebra. Because common sense. Sometimes you look at it, it should occur to you, this could be written like this. For that common sense use, you need some simple rules. Don't try to learn all theorems of the Boolean algebra, it is not required. For that we will go for the systematic method of reduction using map, it is called map method. So I will take a simple example to show you Boolean algebra here. I have some other problem here. Example, this is over. I will give you an example where I will not give you the word problem, I will give you the equation itself. F is some circuit whose output F is true if A or C is true, A or C, and B bar or C. See, B bar is written either this way or this way. Some books write this way, some books write this way. I interchangeably use it because sometimes it is convenient to write this way, sometimes it is convenient to write this way. So do not get confused. This is actually B bar. So if a circuit with 3 inputs A, B, C, there is an output F which is true if A or C is true and B is not true and C is true. A is true or C is true and B not true or C is true, which case F is true. So let me write this truth table quickly. There are 3 inputs A, B, C, 8 rows. Inputs, output 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Now, I cannot put F directly, I can, but then I want to do it in steps. A or C. What is A or C? Then what is B bar or C? Then we will combine them to show F, which is this. Either A or C is true, this will be 1. This A or C is true, A is true, A is true, A is true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here all these 4 cases A is true, so this will be 1. Here A is not true but C is true. Okay? You write like that. Next is B bar or C. C has to be true and B has to be 0. That means this. B or C 1, B bar or C. This is B bar or C is not, C is true. Either B bar or C. Here B bar is true and C is true. Here none of B bar is not true, C is not true. Here B bar is not true but C is true. Here B bar is true, so 1. B bar is true, 1. Here B bar is not true, C is not true, so 0. Stepwise you can write. Now f is this and this. If this is be true, both of them will be true. These are the combinations for which the output is true.
So,
Both of them have to be 1.
Sir, Vikas Kumar have some doubt.
Yes, please.
so that B bar plus C combinations are 0, 0 used to be 1.
B bar C.
B bar plus C, sir. That B bar it will be 1. 1 plus
Ah,
0
you are
will
right.
be 1.
You are right, man. Smart man. Sanki. Sorry. You are smart. You are
Thank
the
you,
same.
sir.
You are the same thing. The other guy,
Yes, sir.
the same. You want to tell you the same, right?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. You get
Thank
half
you,
a
sir.
mark extra for my exam. Remember, remind me.
Thank you, sir.
Half a mark.
Okay, sir.
Joking. No. It's not easy to get. It is not easy to get marks from me. Okay. Anyway, this is 0 because both of them are not 0. But you are right. I am very happy because you are smart and you are attentive. I am very happy about it. Okay. Now, so I can write this as f as A bar B bar C A bar B C A B bar C bar A B bar C bar is this one. Wait a minute. 3 only I have written. This is A B bar C. A B bar C and the last one is A B C. A bar B bar C, A bar B C, A B bar C bar, A B bar C plus A B C. So I can simplify this now using Boolean algebra. I will not use big theorems. Very simple identities I will use. Now, C is there everywhere. In all the terms, C is there, except this. Correct? Okay. So I will take C out, right? A bar, B bar, or A bar B, or this I will leave because C bar is other one A bar, A B bar, A B. So these 4 terms are covered. This term is not covered. So I write A B C. Okay. Now this is where I will start using simplified Boolean algebra for simplification. The basic rule in Boolean algebra is very simple. X plus X bar is 1. What does it mean? If X is true or X bar is true, output is 1. One of them will be always true. If X is true, X bar is false. If X is false, X bar is true. So that is always 1. So that is what I am going to use here. A bar, B bar plus B, these 2 terms together will become A bar. Similarly, this is A, B bar, or B. Again these two terms together will become A. A bar A. So C times A bar plus A. Now again A plus A bar is 1. So this is C A bar A B bar. Is it right? C plus A B bar C bar. So what is the circuit is going to look like? I have an input AND gate A, B with an inverter, C with an inverter, output of this would be combined with a OR gate whose input is C. So this is C, this is A B bar C bar. This is C R A bar A B bar C bar. So this is what I need. Look at this equation, 5 terms. If I did not do this simplification using Boolean algebra, if I had not used Boolean algebra, I would have used 5 3 input AND gates, one 5 input OR gate, and how many inverters? A, B, C, all of them need inverters, 3 inverters. Now I use here 2 inverters, one 3 input AND gate, one 2 input OR gate. Look at this versus that. Simplification results in this. Okay? That is the concept of reduction. It's called Boolean, this equation is called Boolean equations. Boolean reduction. Using Boolean algebra. I don't say Boolean reduction, reduction using Boolean algebra. So the steps are word problem, state the word problem, write the complete truth table, write the equation of the truth table directly, F is equal to A bar, B bar, C, etc. completely, all the terms. Then start applying Boolean algebra equations or identities, come to the simplest possible circuit, and then draw the circuit and implement it using hardware. This is, as I said, there are very lot of rules in Boolean algebra, but not very many, but 10 rules. Some of them are not necessary. A plus A bar is 1 or X plus X bar is 1 is something simple. That is one thing we will always use. Now before that I will tell you this. Now this reduction is only one catch, one disadvantage. When I do this reduction, how do I know that this cannot be reduced further? Because this is a simple circuit, I know, but always remember this complicated circuit I am talking about. That is the pitfall or disadvantage of Boolean algebra. We never know where to stop. This I know where to stop because this cannot be reduced further. Obvious, very simple. The circuit is big, number of terms are large, whereas the systematic method I am going to talk about next, it is systematic and always give you the least possible value. We will see it in a short time. Before that, some of the basic Boolean algebra rules you should know, I will write. There are a lot more, but you do not have to know. As I said, many books use 1 or 2 chapters on this, no more required. Of course, it is required for some people who design. There are some people who design complex gate arrays and all that, they should know it. But as a user, as an application engineer, you do not need all of those. But what do you need to know, I will write here. A plus A bar is 1, A times A bar is 0, because and this is and. If A is true, A bar is not true, and combination always false. If A is true and A bar is false, or A is false and A bar is true, one of them is true, so it is an OR gate. This is an OR gate, this is an AND gate. Okay, then the other thing is you need to know 1 plus x is 1, because x is 0 or 1, the output is 1 because OR gate. 1 and x is x. Because x is 0, this is 0, x is 1, this is 1. These are some of the basic things you need to know. If you know these things, you can simply look at it and do some minor things. Then you have one theorem which I like, which is used very often, is xy or x bar z, x bar z plus y z is xy I will put bar. This is something which is not very easily explainable, but I will tell you what it is, because this is required very often in our reduction. There are 2 variables here, 3 variables, x, y and z. I call it z, I usually practice calling it z, if you do not mind I will call it z. Z is z, sometimes I always say z, do not mistake me, I am not trying to show off. Z is always I am used to, so x, y, z. So x, y, z are 3 variables, 2 of them, one of the variables is appearing as true and false. X appears as true here, as false here. In that case, if there is a 3 terms, out of which 2 terms has one variable at its complement, then the third term which combines the other 2 variables is not required. This has become redundant. So my value is same as this. This is not required. Do you understand? I have 3 variables x, y, z or a, b, c, do not worry about c. A is appearing in first term, a bar is appearing in second term, third term does not have a, it only have b and c. So in which case the third term is redundant. This is called absorption theorem or consensus theorem.
Sir, Srikanth has a doubt.
Yes,
Sir, it's
please.
1 plus x equal to 1, 1 r x equal to 1.
Just a minute. Let me finish this in a minute and tell you, come here. So this is called absorption
You wrote
or consensus. Theorem or rule, whatever. Oh, yes, tell me your doubt, please. What is your doubt? Somebody had a doubt.
Sir, 1 Rx equal to 1.
1?
Rx equal to 1.
1 or x is 1, sir. Yes, sir. You are today catching me. Left and right. Yeah. Very good. 1 or x is 1. 1 and x is x. So these are things you need to know. These 4 simple things. Consider one more theorem all of you know from where I think in high school physics they teach you. De Morgan's law. De Morgan's. What is De Morgan's? De Morgan's theorems, there are 2 of them. X and y bar is x bar or y bar. This and becomes r, and each of x and y become x bar and y bar. So x becomes x bar, y becomes y bar, and becomes r becomes and. That is De Morgan's. That is, you can invert the given function, any function you can invert using this rule. Similarly, x, the complement of this would be xyc x or y whole bar is x bar and y bar, because this x becomes x bar, y bar, or becomes and. That is all. These 2 are called. So this is not only for 2 terms. I can apply A, B, C up to n. A and B and C and D and E and F and G is A bar or B bar or C bar or D bar or E bar or F bar or G bar. Similarly, A or B or C or D or E will be A bar and B bar and C bar and D bar and E bar and so forth. Any questions? I will give, Ramesh, unmute for a minute if they have any questions. I want to switch over slightly.
Sure, sir.
I am unmuting for a couple of minutes. Any questions, please ask me. Because I am going to slightly deviate, not whole lot. No questions? No, very good.
No, sir.
Yeah, somebody, okay.
Tell me again.
Huh?
Tell me again the absorption law, sir.
Absorption law, very good. I have 3 terms in 3 variables, x, y, z. One variable x appears as x in the first term, as x bar in the second term. Third term does not have x. But the third term has the other two variables. First term has x and y, second term is x bar and z, third term has y and z, no x. If that is the given condition, then x and x bar, the variable which appears as true and false. True means x, false is x bar. A variable that appears as true and false, that variable will be redundant, and we can use this to the third variable, which is y and z without x, is redundant. I can knock it off, and first two terms is enough for me to complete this. This is absorption. You want to prove this? I will give you a simple technique. I am not going to do it, you do it yourself. You write a truth table. You take three variables x, y, z, or if you do not like z, you like a, b, c. You write x, y, you write x bar z, you write a y, z, and then get an R term, that is LHS. You understand what I am saying? Write a truth table for LHS. X, y, z, what is x, y, what is x bar z, what is y, z, and then what is the R combination. On the right hand side, you use two terms, x, y, x bar z. So you write x, y and x bar z, get the R, compare the values, each row of the truth table on left hand side and right hand side, they should be same. This is one simple way to prove this. Okay, I can also prove this algebraically, I mean Boolean algebraically. This is very simple. This will give you an exercise also to make sure that you understand all things. So this is homework now. You have to do this in form of truth table, you prove this. Okay? Any Boolean identity can be proved that way. It is very easy because every term has to have only two values. So even if you have four variables, each of these four variables have only two values. So it is very easy to do a table and then prove it. Okay, let me move on to a little bit. Please mute, sir. Ramesh.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I don't like this noise. Some baby crying. Not that I don't like babies, but they should not cry in a classroom. Now we wrote the truth table. Okay? I think the same truth table we wrote or some other truth table. I will write another truth table. Three variables input, f is output. And the outputs are, it's arbitrary, I don't have any circuit in mind. I am just giving you an arbitrary truth table. Eight rows of the truth table with three input variables A, B, C, output variable F. 4 rows are true, four values are false. Each row of a truth table is called a min term. Each row of the truth table in which the output is 1 is called a min term. Each row of the truth table for which the output is 0 is called a max term. So there are 8 terms, out of which 4 are min terms, 4 are max terms. Now the sum of all the min terms give you the true value for f. So f is a bar, b bar, c bar, a bar, b, c, a bar, b, c bar, c, a bar, b, c, a, b, c bar, b bar, a, b bar, c bar. And f is not true, f is false for a bar, b, c bar, or a, b bar, c, or a, b, c bar, or a, b, c. So these are both same. I can say the output 1 if a bar, b bar, c bar is true, or a bar, b bar, c is true, or a bar, b, c is true, or a, b bar, c bar is true. Or I can also say f is false if a is not true, b is true and c is not true, or if a is true, b is not true, c is true, or if a is true, b is true and c is not true, and or if a, b, c are all true. Both are equivalent because we know De Morgan's theorem. I can convert f into f bar into f. We can show that in this case. Now, what is f? I already wrote you the f. I have already written you f bar. Now, first of all, let me simplify this. I will simplify this. F is I will take these two terms. I am talking about f now, not f bar. This b bar, c bar is here. We know the rule by now. B bar, C bar, A bar or A. When I take these two terms, A bar C, B bar or B, or it is B bar C, because A bar plus A bar or A is 1, X plus X or X 1, X or I mean X bar or X is 1. So A bar or A is 1. Similarly, B bar or B is 1, so it is A bar C. I am not going to see whether it can be reduced further, I do not think so. I will leave it here. Now coming to F bar, how do you do that now? AB, take AB, F bar is AB, C bar or C, is there something missing here? F bar is AC, BC bar, F bar is A bar, B bar, C bar, A bar, B, C bar, A, B bar, C, ABC bar, ABC. So AB I have taken, I have taken BC bar. BC bar I can take, so I am slightly modifying this. So I want to show that this is same, that is why. Otherwise anything is true. BC bar, BC bar, BC bar, BC bar, BC bar, A bar, A, then AC, B bar plus B. This is also BC bar plus AC. So F is BC bar, B bar, C bar plus A bar C. F bar is, now we have to show using De Morgan's theorem. If I invert this, you will get this. That's all. F is B bar, C bar, A bar, C. Using De Morgan's F bar is B bar, C bar, A bar, C. Whole bar, it is BRC and ARC bar. Okay? Just demorganize this. I demorganize F, this. Now this can be simplified, let us see. Multiply AB, AC, BC bar, CC bar. CC bar is what? CC bar is 0. X bar is 0. So any term and its complement is 0. So this can go AB, AC, BC. Now I have to reduce this to, on the other hand, this is using F and De Morgan's theorem. Directly I got F bar as BC bar plus AC. Correct? This I got directly from the truth table writing the max terms. This I got from truth table writing max terms. This I got from min terms applying De Morgan's theorem. Now I will have to show that this is same as this. I have already reduced this. Now this is AC is there, BC bar is there. Now use consensus theorem, absorption theorem. What did I say? If a variable is present, is true and complement, C is present in true and complement, the other term which have AB is redundant. Did I not say that? Consensus theorem or absorption theorem says that since C is available as C here and C bar is here, the other two terms A and B combined will be not required. And I have asked you to prove this using truth table. So now you are assume that you have done it. So this is same as this. This is this way I did it. This is this way I did it. Both are same. You understand this? Sir, very elegant. Digital circuit is very elegant and very easy. Very simple. No mathematics, no algebra, no derivations. You will not make mistakes, but you should understand the concepts. Without understanding what you are doing, if you do, everything is wrong. So this is the one good way of proving De Morgan's theorem, as well as now I have told you a lot of things today. I talked about, of course, first we talked about what? Gate simplification, how do you reduce it, Boolean algebra, etc. Then we talked about truth tables. We defined max terms and min terms. Sum of min terms is true, sum of max terms is false. So this is called sum of products, product of SOP. This is each is a product. This is not a product really, but looks like an algebra. If you look at it as an algebra, each term is a product term, and sum 4 of these product terms. So it's called max min term expansion is called sum of products terms. You can use sum of product terms for f and f bar. These also sum of products for f bar. And then apply De Morgan's, you will get this. There is another way of doing it. Now, instead of this, I can straight away write wherever there is 0 output, I take A as A bar here, A bar is there. So whenever there is a 0 I put A, B bar, C. Deliberately I am doing it. A is 0 I put A, instead of A bar I put A. B is 1 I put B bar. But I put an OR term, not a, here it is an AND gate. Here is an AND gate, here is an OR gate. There it is sum, this OR gate will be replaced by AND gate. A bar, B, C bar, or A bar, B bar, C, or A or B bar. This is directly F. Instead of doing this F and writing F bar, simplifying F bar, applying De Morgan's theorem, I can straight away write the 0 terms, the max terms. I write min terms in sum of products, each is a min term. Here each of these terms is called a max term. I write as sum of min terms or product of max terms. Max terms are the terms for which the output is 0, min terms are the terms for which the output is 1. I can write the F as sum of min terms or product of max terms, but only one thing you should remember, in sum of products you put A and B and C plus this and this and this plus. Here this or this or this and this or this or this, and one more thing, the variable is 0, I put a 1, 1 it is put as a bar, so 1 I put a bar, 0 I put. Now if you simplify this, I am not going to do it, it is for homework. If I simplify this, I will get the same F. How do I simplify? Product, multiply. This time this and this time this, and this time everything will become big. Out of this many terms will go. For example, this B will multiply by this B bar. B bar is 0. This A bar multiplies A, it will go. The C will multiply the C bar. Tap, 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 it will go. Looks like a big equation. You start putting this equation down, then a lot of these terms will go. And then you can prove that it is the same as this. This is the basic things about truth table you should know. Sum of min terms, product of max terms, simplification of min terms, or I can take sum of product of max terms and invert it using De Morgan's theorem to get this. Sometimes if the number of zeros are more than number of ones are more than number of zeros, now I have taken 4 terms for which 0 output, 4 terms for which 1 output, so both are same. Supposing I have an equation in which there are 6 ones and only 2 zeros. This will have only 2 terms, this will have only 6 terms, this will have 6 terms. To simplify 6 terms into small value, here simplify 2 terms into small value, this is easy. So if the number of zeros are less, max term approach will give you result better, not better, faster. So if the number of zeros are less, you go for max term approach. The number of ones is less, go for min term approach. Always the results are same. Remember De Morgan, De Morgan, De Morgan. I am going to stop here today, and we will talk about some next systematic reduction. This is Boolean algebra reduction. I told you we can do it. We need to know a lot of rules and we have to remember them. We have to keep on applying them. At the end of this operation, you may not know whether I have simplified enough or is it possible to simplify further. I have no idea. In order to remove all these uncertainties, we will go for systematic reduction using maps. I will do it in next class. And see you next week, next Monday. Meanwhile, you can unmute Ramesh, you can unmute. If there are any questions, you can ask me. Any questions? I think very straightforward. I made it very simple for you today. No questions?
Sir, this is question from.
Yes. Yes, yes, ask. Question from whom? That question from whom? Someone has a question, please ask me. I am here.
Question from Dinesh, sir.
Put your hand up. Hand up. Yeah, tell me.
This is the question from previous lecturer. That is the overflow error you said. I didn't get meaning.
You didn't get what?
Correct meaning, sir.
Huh?
Correct meaning. Correct meaning of overflow error.
Sir, overflow error is simple. Suppose you have a water tank at home. You have a water tank?
Yes.
In your home you have a water tank, you see. Of course,
Yes,
municipal water doesn't come very easily. Supposing one day the municipal fellow comes with this big lorry of water and tries to put it in your water tank. It can only take some amount. Rest will go waste. That's all it is. I have a register whose maximum is 7 bits magnitude. 1 bit sign, leave it. With 1 bit sign, 8 bit number, 1 bit sign and 7 bit magnitude, 2's complement, I can have minus 128 to plus 127. So if I do any addition, subtraction, whatever arithmetic operation, the result has to be between plus 127 and minus 128. If the result is more than plus 27 or less than minus 128, I have no way of holding it in the 7 bit register. This is called overflow error. So how will you know it is an overflow error? But looking at the signs, I have 2 positive numbers I am adding, result comes as negative. I have 2 negative numbers I am adding, result comes as positive. And even then, suppose there may be 1 positive number, 1 negative number, then also there may be overflow, in which case you do this detection. The carry from the last bit 1 bit, and the carry bit, the next bit, the 7th bit and the 6th bit carry, if they are given exclusive OR of 1, that's the overflow error. If they are both same, there is no, if it is a 1 and 1 or 0 and 0, no overflow error. If one of them is a 1, the other one is a 0, this is overflow error. That is all. Person? Samjha? Clear?
Yes.
Ask me question, doesn't say that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. We'll see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend.
You also, sir.
Thank you.